This has such a cool album cover. there's a lot of colors, almost a comic book esque kind of quality to the album cover here. I don't know what's happening, but it's pretty cool. Welcome everyone to the channel. Hope you're having a lovely one out there wherever you may be today. We are diving into Studio Tan 1978. We're going to listen to this track, which I love the title. This is a long one here on this one. Let me pull this whole thing up. It's a long one. Revised music for guitar and low-budget orchestra. A little bit of a almost classical kind of naming there, or at least parody of classical naming from Frank Zappa. Of course, we are listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Randy. So, our great thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support as well. Never touched anything here on this album. Gotta say, like I said, I do love the title of this track. And looking at the track listing here, you have "Let Me Take You to the Beach," and then "Redunzel," the final track on here, which I'm assuming is supposed to be reminiscent of Rapunzel in some capacity, but don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive on into this album. Before we do that, actually, I want to see what's like where this album lies in his discography. I'm really quickly looking through here to see if I can find Studio Tan. So, okay, before Sleep Dirt. Okay, gotcha. So before Sleep Dirt and after Wazoo apostrophe. All right, so it's right in that section there. Gotcha. Just wanted to get an idea of where we're heading with his with the era. All right, here we go. Love how gentle it is. Very cool. It's very quietly progressive, huh? Sounds like a backdrop from like a cartoon or something. That sounded cartoonish. I really do like the guitar playing. Some calm flute. like the pink elephants now in Dumbo. That's sharp. There's no way to follow this. This is a cool passage. The guitar playing with the horn is a really cool combination. Big drum. It's like the percussion's just falling off the shelf. It's very cool percussion there. It's a little classical touch. So cool. Okay, there's a cool little jam right there, a little groove. I just wanted to hear how it was leading in. Okay. This track definitely took a few notes from like a symphonic piece where, I mean, I can just see the page of sheet music just being everywhere. This reminded me a lot in movements and sound of like the backing track for like a cartoon. I feel like I'm watching a Tom and Jerry cartoon, and this is the music behind it because it's capturing all that kind of cartoonish flavor that is also given to us in the album cover. I can see Tom chasing Jerry, and Jerry runs into the mouse hole, and Tom runs into the wall because he's trying to chase him. Like, I can see the fun quirkiness, the playfulness happening, the kind of cat and mouse game taking place, especially between the musicians themselves as they perform in this kind of, well, low budget orchestral kind of setting. That's still very reminiscent of, you know, what Zappa does in general with his whole group, with the Mothers of Invention and everything. I thought the drumming was really cool, and how it played and kept track of everything throughout this, because to me this is like very hard to like even keep track of what was being played. On this particular track, you're gonna have Chester Thompson playing drums. Okay, so I love the sound that he brings, the moments and the hits that he brings into the music. I really enjoy the percussion as well. That's not going to be Chester. Percussion is going to be performed. Like some of those kind of weird sounds that would kind of come in. You know what? I don't know who. Oh, hold on. Emil Richards, found him. Literally at the very bottom of the list. He's right there, Emil Richards. I like the kind of quirky, playful percussion sounds that were brought in here. I really, however, love the beginning of this track. I was really captured by the opening here with the guitar and this opening. This was very cool because even as it was still playful and quirky, as you heard of like that piano line that was playing right there, the up and down, there was something very groovy and settling and kind of jazzy about that. And I really just enjoyed that beginning and where it was kind of ebbing and flowing back and forth. I was actually hoping that the track would have stayed in this kind of lane because this was just really cool. And even as chill and slightly quietly dramatic as it was, it still maintained that sound that I expect to hear from Frank Zappa, where it's not going to sound typical at all. It's going to go off on these weird directions and musical tangents that you don't quite expect. But I just really enjoyed that part right there. When we got into the meat of this sandwich, past this, when we really got into it, this whole meaty section within that felt like that's really where it got cartoony to me. That's where I was really watching a cartoon, and this was the music behind it, whatever that colorful display may have represented or been. And that's also where the music becomes its most progressive, where it goes off and does a lot of things that I can't even pretend to follow. And it does kind of feel like an orchestra. It does feel like this orchestra is moving through the street, perhaps parading through the streets, and the citizens are watching and listening to this parade and listening to the music and saying, you know, it's kind of different. It's a little different. But march they shall, and march they continue on. This was a nice moment, though, because it kind of brought things back to an organic climax from what was starting in the beginning. When it got into the more, let me see, like this, as quick as it is, and moments like earlier, well, I just skipped it, like, there's a lot of back and forth here, which I can definitely see how a lot of people would enjoy that. I liked not too much back and forth, not too many tangents. So if I'm being honest, this wasn't my favorite song from Zappa, although I love the beginning and the ending of it. Let me go to the ending here. This was a really nice kind of, before that, kind of intensely rounding everything out moment. Still maintaining a lot of that playfulness, but I can definitely see the orchestral aspect into what's being accomplished here. So in one hand, I can admire it, like, okay, revised music for guitar and low budget orchestra. And they're doing that. They're giving you exactly what the title implies. But on the other hand, I feel like the music's a little bit all over, and I would have liked a little bit more. Contain it just a little bit more. But that's just my personal preference. R. Gray, thank you so much for the support and for the suggestion on this one. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. I've seen a lot of comments looking at like the track list real quick. There's only 4 tracks. I've seen a lot of comments talking about Gregory Peccary, the first one on here. 21 minutes. That's an epic right there. I can't say that I've heard much about the other 3, though, at least not in reading comments or such. But thank you so much for watching. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all later. Bye, guys. It's a quirky conducted orchestra.